Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cotton Candy Doll. If you're new here, welcome all. Hi, this is a shifting video. If you've read the thumbnails, you have an idea kind of what was going to happen. I kind of wanted to give you guys an idea, but I didn't want to completely spoil it for you. I just wanted to put enough out there to kind of make you sort of anticipate what's happening. So I'm going to jump right into it. You might hear noises in the background. You might hear insanely happy laughter. It's that time of day. And so I'm gonna jump right into what happened. So I came to Tushner's house, and when I got there, I decided to confess to him what I did. I did shift to I did shift to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I tried to find my old crush, John, Joseph Joestar, not John, Joseph Joestar. I was trying to find him, and anyway, I didn't get to see Mr. Joestar. Ended up in Dio's castle. You guys know what happened. You've already watched that video if you have or whatever. So I decided to tell Toshinori what happened and tell both of them basically what happened. I was mad at them, so I figured just tell them what happened. Um, they shouldn't get mad at because I feel like Toshinori, you shouldn't get mad. You're the one who's okay with an open relationship or whatever. Now, you don't want to share me with anyone, but you're trying to share me with someone. Like, come on. So that's already a mixed signal right there. I wasn't going to do anything, and nothing happened, so it should be fine. I knock on Toshinori's door. Toshinori opens it. He's like, "Hi, Canada, I knew you would be here. Come on in." And I'm like, wow, he's happy, cheery today. So I sit at the table. He makes my coffee, drink my coffee. And it feels kind of nostalgic. It feels like it did in the olden days before Frodo. Not to say I don't love my baby, but um, it's not really the same anymore. So we're sitting there, we're having coffee. He's like, "I have a surprise for you." And I'm like, "You do?" He's like, "Yeah. Um, we are gonna go somewhere." And I go, "Where are we going?" He goes, "It's one of your favorite places." And I'm like, "Before you tell me that, just hold up a second. I have something I need to tell you. I need to get something off my chest." And Toshinori goes, "What is it?" And I tell him, I tell him I tell him I tried to see an old crush and it didn't work out. And he goes, "Good, I'm glad it didn't work out." So, like he just shrugs it off. He doesn't care, obviously. So it's no big deal. And then I told him I could have died, and he's like, "What the hell were you thinking?" And I'm like, I just really wanted him to hug me and tell me I'd be safe forever, and that as long as I'm with him, I'll always be safe with him forever, no matter what. And that's not what I got. Instead, it was like, "Okay, let's go to the surprise." I'm like, "Okay." So walking hand in hand, and I see the Ferris wheel. Of course, it's the amusement park. Like, of course, it's my favorite place. He knows me so well. He's like, "I get to spend the entire day with you." I'm like, "You do?" He's like, "Yeah, the entire day." I'm like, "Okay, well, cool. We get to spend the whole day together." So this is like a dream come true. Like, I've been waiting to spend time with Toshinori the whole day. So we're walking around. We go to like the corn dogs. Um, there's just people randomly like just doing things. They're kind of weird looking, just because like they don't really seem like they're like interacting with anything. They're kind of just standing there. I thought that was kind of weird, but I'm just like, whatever. We're running along playing. He goes, "Oh, look, there's Midoriya." And Midoriya comes running up. He's like, "Miss Cotton Candy Doll, how are you?" And I'm like, "Hey, how are you, kid?" He's like, "I'm doing great." He goes, "When are you coming back to the school?" And I'm like, I don't know. I have a baby and she's a lot of responsibility." And he's like, and Midoriya's like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "Well, we miss you at the school." I'm like, "I miss you guys too." And he hugs me, and I'm like, "Aw." And he runs off. I'm like, he's such a sweet kid. He's so cute. He's much cuter in the reality than he is on the TV show. The real life version of him just looks so much better. He's very colorful. I don't know if I explained to you how My Hero Academia universe works. I think I did in my Discord, but so like when the sunlight shines on him, any type of reflective light, um, for Midoriya, his hair is like a green tint, but it's a really bright green. So you can't see it until. So he looks like you and me until the sunshine, okay? And then he looks, but they also have like sparkling eyes too. It's really pretty. Anyway, so he runs off. So me and Toshinori are just, having a ball, walking around to all the rides. We do ride the Ferris wheel together. We ride the carousel. Um, he finds cotton candy. He's like, it's just like you. It's like, it tastes like you. He's eating it. He's laughing. And then he's like, oh, our time is almost up. And I'm like, what? I'm like, we get to spend the whole day together. He goes, yes, we get to spend the whole day. And I'm like, okay. We're spending the whole day. And I'm still excited. I'm like, let's go get on the pirate. I don't know if you guys know what the pirate is. It goes like this. And I haven't ridden it in a long time. I was actually excited. Did I go on it the first time? I don't think I got a chance to. Nope, I think he ran off and had to go make ice cream. Had to go hand out ice cream for it. Yep. Mm-hmm. And that was when I saw Bakugo and all the other kids. Anyway, so we get on the pirate. We're on there. And Toshinori goes, hey, I enjoyed spending time with you today, but it's time for me to go. And I go, okay, let's go home. He goes, no, you're going to stay. And I go, why am I staying, Toshinori? And he's like, because my time is up. I'm like, what? He goes, you get to spend the rest of the night with Hawks. And I'm like, no. 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 What are you talking about, Toshinori? What are you talking about? No. And he's like, uh, no. You're just going to stay here? And I said, I'm not staying here. I'm going to leave. He said, you can't leave. And I go, why can't I leave? So Toshinori walks. He leaves. I started leaving too, like right behind him. And I noticed I can't go. So he gets to a certain area and I can't leave out of that area. Like I keep getting turned around. Like my feet keep turning around. So then I turn around the third time and Hawks is there. He's like, hey, did I leave you waiting a long time? Let's go. And he just grabs my hand and I'm like, okay. And I'm like walking, I'm looking behind me. Toshinori didn't turn around. He didn't say bye or nothing. He's just walking off. And this guy's dragging me the other way. He's like, let's get on the carousel. I'm like, I already rode on that. I don't want to. He's like, who doesn't want to ride the carousel? Come on. So we get on the carousel. And I noticed Midoriya and Kaminari are like way on the other side. And it's just those two kids. There's no one else. It's literally, this place is like empty, deserted. But you hear like, so like there's laughter and it sounds like people. But there's like no people. I don't see any people. So I'm like, did Toshinori go home? He goes, why are you talking about Toshinori right now? You're spending time with me. He's like, I got you this. And he opens up this. So we're on a carousel. We're riding around this. Dun, 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 dun. And it's really, the music from the carousel is really creepy because it's so nostalgic that I don't remember where I heard it. But I know I've heard it before. It's almost like something from my childhood or from another place. Okay, this is freaking me out a little bit. But at the same time, I kind of love sitting there. I don't know, it's scary, but it's, oh, I just hate it, but I love it. So I'm just like, I don't want to move from that spot. I really don't. I hope I didn't script the camera. He opens up this box and it has like this diamond, it has a diamond bracelet in it. It's beautiful. He puts it on my wrist. He's like, this is yours. And I go, what? I'm like, you got this for me? He's like, yeah, it's yours. I'm like, okay. He's like, do you like it? I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm like, it looks really expensive. And he's like, it is expensive. Only the best thing for my girl. And I'm like, for your girl. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Well, screw it. I'll just play along then. You know, right? I mean, nothing else is working. And then when the night is over, I can leave. Right? So we get off there. We get on a Ferris wheel. We're just talking. We're talking about Frodo. And he's like, I'm so glad that I found Frodo. And I'm so glad that I found you. But I'm more glad that I found him first and rescued him. I was like, when did you first have feelings for me? And he looks at me and he's like, from the very beginning, since I saw you, way before you started stalking Toshinori. And I'm like, what? Bro, like, how'd you know I was stalking him? I didn't say that, but I was thinking it in my head. Like, how did you know that I was stalking him? Like, so you knew about all this stuff. You could have told him there's a girl who's stamping your foot. You're not waking up crazy because you're seeing the stamp there. You know, so anyway. I'm like, well, he's like, he's like, what are you gonna do about it? And I'm like, what am I supposed to do about it? This is my fault. You had feelings for me, but I had feelings for someone else. He's like, I want you to take responsibility. I'm like, how? Like, how am I gonna take responsibility? He's like, try sleeping with me. He's like, I'm being serious. I want to make love with you tonight. And I'm like, like I think I need some water. I mean, like, I'm like, we already did. I'm like, we already. He's like, that wasn't really you though. I mean, that wasn't really. I'm like, it wasn't really what? Because you were expecting Toshinori. I'm like, yeah, but I knew that wasn't him. I kind of knew that. I mean, but it was too late by the time I figured it out. You know, by then you took off the blindfold, but I think I figured it out before that. Um, I wasn't like 100% sure. Okay, it's touchy. So we're getting ready to go, and he's like, um, "You're gonna stay tonight," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm going home." And he's like, "You can't go home," and I go, "Why not?" And he's like, "Cause this place is under a time spell." I'm like, "Okay, so what? We're supposed to just do it outside, like in the middle of the amusement park?" He goes, "No, we're going to my house. Let's go." So he takes my hand, and he's able to cross out of the threshold, and I'm able to cross too. Start walking. He's like, let's go by Toshinori's house first and let's say goodnight to him. And I said, let's not. And then he goes and knocks on Toshinori's door, and I'm just standing there, guys. And Toshinori's like, aren't you going to give me a kiss? And I'm like, why? And he comes over and he gives me the most deepest, the most like sensual, the most passionate kiss I've ever felt. And I'm like, oh my God, I miss Toshinori so much. And I'm clinging to him and I'm grabbing him because I want him. And I can't have him. I'm like, what the heck? And he's like, good night, Cotton Candy Dog. I love you. And I'm like, I love you too, Toshinori. I love you so much. And he just slams the door. And I'm like, damn it. And Alex is like, I love you too. And he does this. And I'm like, so he's like, follow me. So then I start following him. And he's like, they're waiting for us in there. So the limo driver gets out. He's like, hi. And I'm like, hi. He's like, I've never seen you here at night before. I was like, yeah, I've never seen me at night either. I mean, I have because I've climbed into Toshinori's window, but he doesn't know that. So we're in the limo, we're driving. She's driving, and he's like, Hawks is like eyeing me up and down, like looking like lustful at me, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna do anything you want. He's like, you'll do whatever I say. I'm like, no, I won't. He's like, yeah, you will. You'll see. So we get to the house, and like, I walk in, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, so is Frodo at Deborah's house or he's like, yeah. He's like, take off your shoes. So I took my shoes off. I had a good mind to keep them on, but for some reason I took them off. He's like, come on, let's go upstairs. He goes, you go first. So I start climbing the stairs. And I'm telling myself not to climb, but I'm climbing. And he's like, very good. He's like, now. He's like, take off your clothes. I'm like, no. And then I start removing my clothes. And I'm like, so now I'm like kind of topless. I still have my half, I have my bottom, and I still have on like my tights and everything. And I'm the dress again. Yes, I wear a dress. I'm gonna make a note to wear like overalls or something next time. Something that's gonna make me look like a lumberjack girl. Like that's gotta be my look. I have to look as unattractive as possible. Which I doubt will work because guys seem to like when you look your worst. Anyway, well, like he's like, okay, now those that next. I started taking them off, and I'm like, and I look at the bracelet, and I'm like, I'm still wearing the bracelet. Oh, I might as well take this off too. And I pull on the bracelet, and I try and take it off. It's not coming off. And then he goes, lay down, and I lay back, and I'm like, and I stare at the diamond bracelet, and I'm like, I think it's the freaking bracelet, and I know what this is, guys. This is called a time spell. Time spell done in another universe, not the one he was in, but something closer to our reality. It is pretty scary. Okay, that means that he got another person from a different reality, not his reality, from somewhere else. Okay, who could use this? What they did was they reversed. He reversed the time back to the time when they were there at that amusement park. So I basically just repeated everything this person did, including the walk home, including the kiss with Toshinori, including me laying on a bed letting Hawks, have his way with me right now, which he's about to, and I can't take off the diamond bracelet. So Hawks is like, "Good girl. I told you you would listen to what I said." He's like kissing me and stuff. His lips goes, on my thighs and stuff, and I'm like, um, "Can I take a bath? I like to be clean." And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Please, can I take a bath?" Like, I was on rides. I was out all day. I didn't like shower or anything. I want to be clean. I'm always clean. And he's like staring at me. He's like, hmm. And I know what he's thinking. He's thinking like, what if she does something and like ruin this and I can't have my moment? Yeah, let me ruin it. Let me do something. There's literally nothing I can do to ruin it. It's a time spell. You can't break it. There's nothing I can do to break the spell. The spell is broken after you've completed everything that person did, all of the tasks, okay? So this is coming away from what was actually done during these things. You guys probably are like completely confused. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about. And you probably don't even believe in what I'm telling you. But this is something that actually does exist. It's an ancient thing. It's very old. So old. So old, old, old. And that's why I'm like, where did they get this? Who did they? Now, not where. Who did they get this from? I wonder who they got it. The man in bed, he's like, did you, he's like, did you bathe before you came to Toshinori? I'm like, no. And I'm lying my ass off. You guys know I bathe every time before I go see Toshinori. I bathe, I clean myself really well. And he goes, well, that's too bad because you know what? You don't know. No bath. So then, I'm like, fine, you know. And so, like, it starts off kind of shaky. Um, of course, he penetrates me. Of course, he enters me. Um, except this time I'm not blindfolded. I can see him. And he has everything, all of his clothes off and stuff. And um, I'm looking into his eyes. I'm trying not to, but he keeps, oh, how do I explain it to you? Only another person who has intercourse can understand what it's like to try and not look at someone. You can't do it unless you put like a pillow over your face. It's impossible. It's like trying to like keep your eyes closed the whole time. That's not gonna work. Okay, this went on all night. And it was painful at first, but then that pain turned into pleasure later. It did become something amazing later. It was like an amazing orgasm again. And I'm just like, why did she keep doing this to me? Like, because you know, already like, you don't care, or however you guys are choosing to share me, it should be like, I don't know, because I don't know how it works. I mean, I don't feel like this wouldn't be satisfactory for me. Like, I wouldn't control Toshinori with the spell and be satisfied with it, would I? Of course I would, guys. You know I would. I would totally control it with the spell. What is, I need to get this bracelet on him, and then I would have to find a victim to go through all the things, to go through all the things I would do to him first, then put the bracelet on him. Oh my gosh. This is the craziest thing in the world. Oh yeah, I enjoyed my time with Hawks very much. I'm sorry, I did enjoy those orgasms. And then afterwards I felt ashamed again, and afterwards, he's sleeping and I'm laying there beside him and he has his arm around me. He's like, yeah, I love you. And I'm just like, and I go, I have to tell you something. And he's like, what do you have to say? And I told him, I said, I went to see an old crush because I got mad at you guys. And instead I ended up at a dark castle that was scary and I almost died. And he says something, he's like, what? You almost died? I'm like, yeah, I almost died. And I was so scared the whole time. And he like embraces me. I like hug him back a little bit, but it's weird. I'm just like, I was hoping he was just gonna be like, kind of like mad. I don't know. Oh, he wasn't. He was just supportive. And I'm just like, Toshinori was supposed to be like this. He was supposed to do this for me instead of this guy. He's like, nothing will ever hurt you. You're gonna be safe with me. I wanted to hear these words from Toshinori, not from him. But a part of me feel like I do feel kind of like I warmed up a little bit. I don't know. I'm still not used to him yet, but I can't really reject him 100% anymore because I feel like he does genuinely care for me. I don't know what to do. So yeah, okay. So I shifted back here, okay, and I did not see Frodo. I didn't go to see him, and I feel bad that I didn't go to see him. Not only that, but I got ambushed, guys, so bad. I got ambushed so bad, and I should have known. Toshinori said you get to spend the entire day. I didn't think about the nighttime at all because yeah, and then my guide, he got me the next day. Okay, he didn't even come like when I called him. He let all this stuff happen to me. But I feel like, um, I don't know, things are changing between us for sure. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I should go with the flow or if I should still like resist what's happening. I don't know what's right anymore. No, like, oh my gosh. I definitely have to get back. No, forget about that. I want to I want to torture Toshinori. I kind of want to rape him because I feel like I want a piece of him. I haven't had him. Oh, I do get him now because I got Hawks got me. I don't know. I mean, it was against my will, but at the same time, it still matters, right? Because he said that. He said, once you get your time with him, you get it with me. And so that's what I'm looking for my time with Toshinori again. I can't believe he didn't get mad. They didn't get mad at me at all, but okay. I mean, I guess they're fine with it. I'm not gonna do it again because I'm not ever gonna do that. That was just a dumb decision. Like, I don't know why I tried to shift there. I'm always trying to do stuff like that now, and all this weird crap keeps happening to me. I don't know what to say about that. Like, I really don't. Like, that freaking time show is crazy. I told you the video was gonna be cringy, didn't I? I didn't go into full details about everything Ox did because honestly, it's like Okay, so the first thing he did was he pulled down my tights and he put his lips at the top of like put his lips like right at the top of like my abdomen area. And he started kissing downward. Then his tongue went in between where my walls were, like my vaginal walls, and then he started licking my clit, and he was like teasing me there with his tongue, and then he like went inside with it and was licking there, and then he just straight out just kind of was eating me, and then he said he wanted to make me squirt, that I would get my first lesson from him, and then when he entered me, I was like clutching onto him tightly because I didn't have anything to hold on to, honestly. And also, it was weird because this girl, whoever she was, who went through this, kind of did. I guess she did the same thing. So my actions were hers, but my feelings weren't hers. This is what she was actually doing, and it's so weird. It was so weird. It was the weirdest thing ever. It hurt a lot. I told him, slow down there. It's like, please, like, just be careful. Like, just go like slow. And he was gentle, but it still was like, he's so damn big. Like, what the? Your son is gonna be like you know, and I'm gonna have to have a talk with him. I am. When he gets old enough for this to understand anything about this. But right now, I don't have to worry about that because he's just a baby. Um, what else did? Oh, I was going into details. Yeah, sorry, cringiness, guys. Cringy, oh, cringe, oh, cringy. Um, so then, like, it was like thrusting slowly at first, then it got faster, and then I had an orgasm. And then after the first one, he started slowing down, but then he started speeding up again. If I did, I was full on screaming because at that point, it was like you're really sensitive after the first one. And then, of course, it was like I was like trembling and I couldn't. Yeah, so it was breathtaking, but I mean, gosh, I had to give you guys details. I'm sorry, I have to. Like, I can't leave out everything all the time. Anyway, I do need to end the video because I don't know how long I've been talking to you guys. I probably went way past the time I wanted to talk, but I did want to explain to you guys about the time spell a little bit, what happened. I wanted to explain how everybody looked, sort of, with like the color, because everyone keeps asking me how the characters look. Do they look real? Or do they look 3D? And they look 100% real, just like you and me. It's just when the light shines on them, whatever hair color they are, whatever eye color, it's like it enhances a lot. So they look like this animated character, but in real life. So it looks like them. It looks like the real life version of themselves to you, to your eyes, in that reality. I don't know how many people's actually been there. I found some people on YouTube who shifted to My Hero Academia, and I just kind of observed what they said. I kind of listened to them to see if some of the things sounded similar. Some of it sounds a lot different from what I have with me. So I don't know when I'll be starting back school, like going back to the school as a teacher. I have no idea. But I don't know when my next video is gonna be. Probably really soon. I know this one was kind of quick too, but I really, really wanted to go back to see Toshinori. And I know when I go back next time, I'm gonna have to see Frodo because he believes that Endeavor believes I haven't been seeing him that much. I do need to see him more often. He is my son, so I'm gonna listen to him. I'm gonna listen to his wise words as a father. I know he didn't do good with his child, but all that matters is that he does good with my child. That's what matters. Anyway, if you liked my video, please give my video a thumbs up, or if you don't like it, thumbs down. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when other videos like this one become available. Ding! And I'm going to say thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.